17,000 Kansas voters could simply be tossed aside.
41 Action News reporter Brian Abel explains why what could be thousands of those people out there won't have their vote counted. Brian.
Yeah, that's right, Rihanna. Say you move from out of state or change your address and you need a new driver's license. You head here at DMV. And if you've never registered to vote before, if you head inside, they'll ask you if you'd like to. If you say yes, they hand you this, the Kansas voter registration application. Number one question, are you a citizen of the United States of America? Well, if you didn't bring a U.S. passport or your birth certificate to prove that, that puts you on a list of individuals who cannot vote for local or state races in upcoming elections. Corey Adair is on the list.
When I saw that list, I couldn't believe how many people's names were on there. And
he's one of roughly 17,000 voters in Kansas who don't meet a Kansas voting requirement. Prove your U.S. citizenship.
I would have never actually seen the list had my friend's parents not told me about it, so it would have become a real shock when I was going to go vote.
The State Rules and Regulations Board Tuesday approved Secretary Chris Kobach's proposal to not count local or state election votes for anyone on that list.
Kansas is only one of 3 states that has a law like that. Kansas is the only state that's really enforcing that law.
Mark Johnson is a lawyer challenging the rules in court.
Who goes to the DMV to get a license with a copy of your birth certificate? Nobody does.
Johnson argues Kobach's rule isn't stopping voter fraud, rather disproportionately blocking young voters.
There are voters who should be allowed to vote in every election who are not going to be allowed.
Voters like Adair, born and raised in the U.S., who may have no clue they aren't properly registered in Kansas. You never heard anything from an election officer from any official government entity that you were on that list?
No, nobody contacted me. I had no idea that I was on that list, and I had no idea that there were, steps I had to take to get off of it.
And to make matters more complicated, if your name sits on that list for 90 days and you don't show that proof of citizenship, then you have to start the registration process all over again. And Adair says he sent in his passport, and the election office says that it'll take 2 to 4 weeks for that passport to get approved so you can vote again. Now, if you want to check to see if you are on that list as well, just head to KSHB.com. Reporting live in Mission, Brian Abel, 41 Action News.
All right, Brian, thank you for that. And you may not even be told that your vote won't count because you'll still fill out the same ballot. It is then up to election officers in each county to inform the volunteers at the polls, and then it is up to the volunteers to let you know if you're on that list.